deal with the devil. And he's on our team. They get what they want.
Nash, what I'm looking for tonight is ratings.
I get what I want.
It's gonna be you, and it's gonna be the Monster Goldberg.
The most powerful force in sports entertainment.
Fear this!
And the two most dominating figures in all of sports entertainment are slugging it out.
This is like the U.S. versus Russia. The whole place could blow up.
It's the 8-year-old nephew of Kevin Nash. What is Russo doing back here?
Oh, here comes Big! Papa! Pop! They are just beating him like a criminal! If Nash can't stop Goldberg, then who the hell is going to?
Tony Schiavone along with Mike Tenay and Mark Madden here this week as the long black limousine pulls up to the back of the Norfolk Scope here in Norfolk, Virginia. We do not know what to expect. Each and every week this limousine pulls up. Oh, that's the cat, Ernest Miller.
This way, you imbeciles.
And there's Vince Russo, R&B Security, world champion Jeff Jarrett.
Bunch of boneheads you guys are. Where's Goldberg and Bischoff?
They'll be here in
Are
a
they
minute.
close?
Yeah, they'll be here in a
Where
minute.
are the real cops?
The real cops said that they're not going to come. They don't want to be involved in any of your games.
Games? Do I look like I'm playing games? You guys better be on the ball tonight, because this is going to be dangerous.
As they walk into the arena, we are looking, another car has pulled up behind the limousine. Who is this? Oh my goodness. Big Sexy is here. Kevin Nash has arrived and he is right behind Russo. And as you heard, Bischoff and Goldberg are not here. And that does not set well with Vince Russo tonight. Question, the new blood, Vince Russo, Eric Bischoff are in control right now of World Championship Wrestling as never before. With that in mind, we welcome you to the Virginia waterfront, and we welcome you to World Championship Wrestling's Thunder for the next 2 hours here on TBS. With Mark Madden and Bobby Heenan and Mike Tenay, Tony Schiavone back with you. We thought during the Great American Bash that maybe there was a level playing field because Ric Flair's career, Hulk Hogan's career was intact. But after 2 days ago, Ric Flair was retired by Vince Russo, his head was shaved, and Hogan was put through a table by a jackhammer by Goldberg. He's in a hospital. The careers of Flair is over, and Hogan's in jeopardy right now.
Tony, we have been saying how things in WCW have been advancing at such a rapid pace, and that never truer than the case of both Ric Flair and Hollywood Hogan. Their careers intact Sunday after the Great American Bash, but they fell victim to the new blood this past Monday on Nitro.
And what a hideous scene that we saw at the end of Nitro on Monday when the young nephew of Kevin Nash was forced to watch as the hired gun of the new blood, Bill Goldberg, pummeled Kevin Nash in the ring, a scene we will never, and Kevin Nash will never forget, Mark Madden.
Tony, I have rarely seen Nash vulnerable. We saw that Monday night. I have often seen Nash angry. I have a feeling we'll see that in spades tonight here on Thunder.
We know that Kevin Nash is here. We saw his car follow in the limousine, but we also know as we hear the music here in the arena of Vince Russo, that Russo with that shirt at 3-0 should be celebrating what went down on Monday night. But Vince Russo obviously very upset that Goldberg and Bischoff are not here tonight as of yet, and he's expecting the gentlemen to show up here tonight at the Norfolk Scope. We have a tremendous 2 hours of action. We do not know what to expect, but the fact, as you said, Mark Madden, that Kevin Nash is here in the building means anything could go down.
No doubt about that. Kevin Nash is the best hope, maybe the only hope to stop Bill Goldberg. And if Nash can't do it, who can? And if Nash can't do it, does that mean Russo and Bischoff are totally in control of WCW? They control the monster, and I think the monster right now controls everything.
Mike, they are more powerful, they being the new blood now, than ever before.
They have certainly turned things around in a hurry, Tony. The new blood now dominant in WCW. In my mind, they have the Millionaires Club reeling.
Oh, would you look at this? I mean, why would a young man wear the hair of his father around his neck like a trophy?
It is a trophy.
Well,
Mr. Russo and his son, David Flair, retired Ric Flair last night. Ric Flair was the greatest ever. Monday night, the greatest performer ever. He was a 15-time world champion. You know what he is right now? Just another retired bald guy, thanks to Vince Russo.
That was an end of an era this past Monday on Nitro, but a shame that it had to end in such a humiliating way for the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, as Vince Russo is in the ring with a microphone in hand.
the shirt says 3-0 with 2 shaved heads.
All right, settle down. Settle down. Let's not have a riot. I'll spend time with everybody. Settle down.
He is magnanimous.
Billy Kidman, you little backstabbing slapnut. You got what you deserve when Goldberg flattened you on Nitro. But I still can't believe you had the nerve to try and cost the Chosen One the WCW title. So Billy Kidman, tonight, I'm gonna finish what Goldberg started, because I'm gonna take a chunk out of your ass, boy. And as far as Hollywood Hogan goes, he's gonna get his title shot at Bash at the Beach, because I am a fighting champion. Hell, who else can say they beat Nash and Hogan in consecutive nights?
That's right. Who else can say it? This is the Chosen
That's
champ.
right, my little slap. Only the Chosen One can say that.
But Hogan's in the hospital. It's easy to say that he's got a title match now.
So Hollywood, get your old decrepit in that wheelchair and roll it down to the ring and get ready, because you're gonna be no different than Nash, Sting, Flair, the list goes on and on. I'm getting the 1, 2, 3 on Hollywood.
This is revolting.
Settle down, inbreds. Settle down. David, center stage.
We are in Norfolk, Virginia.
You know what?
They'll never forget what happened to Ric Flair. Neither will the world.
You said it couldn't be done. But last night, me and my son stuck it straight where the sun doesn't shine to you people.
They certainly did.
Because we retired Ric Flair. He's done. And to boot, we shaved his head clean.
What a sight that was, Mike. I never thought I'd see the day.
We did it, David. We did it.
And there it is. What happened 2 nights ago, Monday night.
As a matter of fact, let's go to the highlights. Look at this, David. History being made, ladies and gentlemen. 28 years. David and I were the first ones. We shaved his head clean. And look at this. Oh! in front of his own nephew. But you know what, guys? Hold on. Settle down. You really didn't think Ric Flair was going to retire, did you?
I was hoping.
Because I had a change of heart. David, I'm sorry, but I've decided to bring Ric Flair back tonight in Norfolk, Virginia.
You're kidding.
He cannot be serious.
As a matter of fact, here he is. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. But getting back to Big Dopey, Goldberg beat Kevin Nash in front of his own nephew. Now, what kind of a man would stoop so low?
A dead man.
Uh-oh. That's the voice of Kevin Nash.
Maybe we'll find out what was going through the mind of Kevin Nash this past Monday on Nitro when his nephew was forced to watch the beating.
Quickly, Russo lines up RB security in front of the ring. And Kevin Nash walks out. Maybe right now at his most dangerous, his scariest.
You know something, Russo? Your ass is mine tonight. Originally, I was gonna come down there and take this foot, turn it sideways, and shove it up your.
You stop it right there, Nash. End it. I'm telling you right now.
The thing is, shut your mouth. The thing is, since I broke my ankle, I can't turn it sideways. So what I'm gonna do is take this bat, shine it up, come down and stick it up your.
Get him. Goldberg's on his way, Nash. Goldberg's on his way, Nash.
He better be on his way because Kevin Nash, with that baseball bat, is laying him down.
Whoa, look at him go right through R&B security.
He's hitting him on top of the head, over the shoulders, in the guts, everywhere. Where'd Vince Russo go? Russo right in front of the broadcast location. Kevin Nash in the ring.
The Cat and David Flair are still in the ring with Nash.
Let's see if the karate stuff works against the bat.
What do you think?
Guess not.
There's your answer. Russo running. Jarrett running. And Nash is giving chase.
Kevin Nash is in pursuit.
The hunt is on. Somewhere here in the Norfolk Scope. Nash chasing Russo. As well as Jeff Jarrett.
You got me into this mess. That lunatic's gonna kill me. You got Bill with you? Well, get here. Okay, guys, they're on their way. Let's remain calm. We stay together as a group. We're stronger than Kevin Nash. Let's not panic.
Yeah, Russo, you three stay together. I got a damn match and my back's still on him in the building. You guys stay.
Where you going? What are you, out of your mind?
It's hard being a commissioner. I got to go.
Dad, you guys can't. Son, David.
I got some personal things to take care of. I got some personal things.
Where the hell are you guys going? Nash is out there.
Oh boy. Kevin Nash is somewhere close to Vince Russo, who is being deserted by all of his comrades.
Vince Russo flying solo as the New Blood members split the scene.
Deserted's a strong word. Splitting the scene, a strong phrase. They'll be there for Mr. Russo when he needs them. The New Blood sticks together.
All right, then explain the voice of Kevin Nash. The hunt is on, Mr. Madden.
Well, he's angry. We established that. He's looking for Mr. Russo. Mr. Russo's cagey. Let's see if he finds him.
It was this past Sunday night at the Great American Bash. Chronic used the high time on Johnny the Bull. Big Vito was preoccupied with the hardcore title. Brian Clark, Brian Adams became #1 contenders for the WCW World Tag Team titles.
Adams and Clark in the ring, they have been just completely mulling over the competition. And as you know, as well as anybody else, they should be the tag team champions right now.
The biggest joke in WCW right now is how Chronic lost the tag team titles to Stasiak and Palumbo
That's pretty
by
blunt.
disqualification.
Because of the cat.
That's all right. We played the game. We went to the pay-per-view, and we won the match to be #1 contenders. We're still playing the game, but the game's over, Russo. So send your paper champions out here right now for the butt kicking of their lives, or we'll come back and get them.
Wait a minute.
This is not, obviously, Palumbo and Stasiak. It's Chris Candido.
Hold on. Hold on there, big guy. You're just like everybody else back there. Want. Well, I got wants too. And I'm tired of being pushed around. So I made a call to an old Jersey friend. And hey, you big guys want to fight? You got it.
New Jersey friend, who's he talking about?
Made a call to a New Jersey friend. I have no idea. And the action is starting. In the ring, Candido, how about the Beast from the East returning to the wars of WCW, guys?
It's been months since we've seen Bam Bam Bigelow, but the Beast from the East is back, and he's teamed with Chris Candido, and they have a long-time relationship. They're no strangers to each other.
Couple of Jersey boys, one big, one just a little bit less big. We haven't seen the Bammer for a while, but he looks bigger, stronger, badder, and balder than ever. He can compete physically and strength-wise with Chronic.
Oh, my goodness.
But I don't know if anybody can match a move like that by Brian Clark. He just about threw Candido right through the mat, Tony.
I don't think there is any question that Chronic, Adams, and Clark, Mike Tenay, and Mark Mann have been running through the competition. They have been one of the most dominant, physically dominant tag teams we have seen in a long, long time.
Absolutely devastating, and they're continuing that pattern against Chris Candido here in the early going.
Tag, and here comes Brian Adams and the double team sending Candido in. Candido is a tough athlete, a great competitor. Bam Bam Bigelow, the big guy who's come in, and Bigelow is as tough as they come, and let's see what transpires here. As in the backstage area, we know that Vince Russo has been running for his life from one Kevin Nash. Candido back to a neutral corner. Reversal, not a bad move, but too much power. Full Nelson. Into a full Nelson slam.
Oh, what a fatty boom batty that was. He planted Candido.
Candido in no man's land in the wrong corner. Got a right hand from Brian Clark, and then Brian Adams has got him up out of the fireman's carry. Oh, dropped him on his head. Candido needs to get Bigelow in.
Number 1, 2, this is a top contenders match, and think about this, they have done the right thing as Chronic. They have kept Bigelow basically out of the ring, and they have done all their damage on the smaller of the two men, that being one of the top cruiserweights in the world, Chris Candido.
There are nights Chronic looks unstoppable, and there are nights they look better than that even.
Bam Bam Bigelow sent into the announce table.
Oh, they're gonna burn one. There's that high times finisher. That'll do it. Chronic wins.
Chronic dominated this one. Bigelow didn't even get a chance to get in there, but he's in there now. And the Beast from the East doing what very few men have done, taking on both men at once here.
Bam Bam Bigelow Wardlow doing what very few men can do, competing with Chronic physically, strength-wise, sidewise. Here he is fighting his way out of the corner.
Look at Bam Bam Bigelow go, and now security and Doug Dellinger filling up the ring area here. Trying to keep Bigelow away from Chronic, and Bigelow does not care the size of these two men. He has gone in against two men who have devastated the entire world. Let's go to the backstage area.
Where are they? How do I get into these things? Hey! Wait a minute. Car!
Where's he going?
As far away from Kevin Nash as possible.
Damn you, Kevin! Damn you!
The tires are flat on the limousine. He can't get out of here. Back on TBS and back on Thunder, the music of the Mamalukes. And I tell you what, on Monday it was quite a battle. Like today.
It certainly was for the hardcore title as Big Vito put the hardcore legend Terry Funk directly through a table with that pile driver and then scored the pin in the win. And guys, when you think of everything that has been thrown at Terry Funk over the course of the past couple of months by Eric Bischoff and crew, it's amazing that this man, Big Vito, was able to step up to the plate and keep that hardcore championship belt around his waist.
Not to question Mr. Russo and Mr. Bischoff, because I would never do that, but maybe they should have sent Big Vito in there against Funk a long time ago. He's a Staten Island boy. He was in the street gangs. He's the perfect hardcore weapon.
Finally, WCW has its next Italian superstar. Monday night, I became a made man. Somebody for you people to cheer, somebody for you people to love and honor. I'm not gonna be one of those champions who's gonna sit around. I'm gonna be a fighting champion, and I don't sweat nobody, okay? And I'm from Staten Island, New York.
He's delivered so far.
Boy, has he ever. And there's Johnny the Bull.
Hey, John, what do you think about that, huh?
Well, not for nothing, Vito. But why do you deserve to be the champion?
That's because I took out the legendary Terry Funk, the man who made hardcore. They sent everybody down, but Big Vito got the job done. That's why.
Well, I could have did it, but you know, you locked me in the locker room. I was dropping bombs, and you locked me in the locker room.
All right, John, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna say something in front of these people. We're the best tag team. We're paisans. We're best friends. This belt ain't gonna come between us. I want you to wear this belt because I love you.
That is touching. Touching, I tell you.
Yeah, that really is. That's quite a show of...
How about that? Sharing the championship belt.
Like a plate of spaghetti.
That's quite a show of affection there from Big Vito, putting it around the waist of Johnny the Bull.
Hey, they're paisans. They stick together, huh?
Quite a champion, isn't it? What a fighter. So Johnny the Bull now, Big Vito's telling everybody, get up. Cheer for Johnny the Bull, who is sharing in the hardcore glory.
They should cheer this guy. Great young talent, right out of the PowerPoint.
Oh! Oh! Boy, was that a ruse. He took that kendo stick, waited till Johnny the Bull stuck his head to the ropes, and Big Vito is pulling the table out.
This is hardcore. This is hardcore Sicilian style. You heard him, he's a made man. And I guess he's got permission for a hit, guys.
That's a game war between the Mamalukes. The kendo stick to the back of Johnny the Bull from Big Vito. Now what does he have?
Well, that's not a kendo stick. It looks like a wooden cane. Oh! And he broke it over the back of Johnny the Bull.
Just shattered it into pieces.
Over the back, Johnny the Bull has absolutely no offense here. He's been completely decimated by Big Vito. What type of man would do this to his own tag team partner?
To his own paisan.
That would hug him, show of affection, and then try to do this to him. He picked it. Oh no! Oh no! A jumping DDT from the apron to the table.
Face first through the table.
Oh my God!
He is hardcore.
Hold the phone.
He's gonna have to be hardcore in a few seconds.
That's Kevin Nash's music.
Hey, Big Vito said he don't sweat nobody. Let's see if he sweats this executioner.
He better be sweating now. Look at him looking right and left. What is on the mind of Kevin Nash is looking for Vince Russo. Russo on the run in the back. And oh! So much for the hardcore champion right now.
Nash is way beyond hardcore. He's way beyond angry. He's way beyond crazy. I have never seen Kevin Nash in this foul of a move, gentlemen.
What a string of victims that have fallen to Nash in the baseball bat tonight.
Hey, Russo!
Yeah.
Just wanted to let you know I'm still looking for you.
Message sent, message delivered. You can better believe that to Vince Russo. He is still looking for him. He will never forget what went down on Monday night. Who could forget that? And with that memory etched in, there's Russo.
He's gonna kill me.
Yes, he is. We're back, fans, and look at this. This is surveillance tape in the backstage area of the Norfolk Scope Coliseum given to our producers during the commercial break, and take a look at this. That is Miss Hancock and David Flair.
Look pretty friendly, don't they?
Pretty friendly. They look kind of intimate there, I would think.
I don't see David's fiancée Daphne in the picture. You know what that means?
What?
She's out of the picture. I think.
I don't know. Maybe you're jumping to a conclusion.
Well, the fact that that surveillance tape has now been shown here on Thunder means that if Daphne has not seen it, then she's going to hear about it very soon. Let's take a look at what happened Monday night, Mike.
Monday on Nitro, the tag team partners, Buff Bagwell and the franchise Shane Douglas, exchanged the handshake. But when Buff turned his back, the franchise went on the attack. He put the boots to Buff in his return to WCW, and I look at this as the franchise blaming Buff Bagwell for his shortcomings.
Let's let a champion from Pittsburgh talk.
Buff Daddy Bagwell! You probably got a few things going through that thick skull of yours right now. Like one, man, does my head hurt from those brass knuckles. Like two, why did my partner knock me senseless on Nitro? Well, I'm gonna tell you, Buff, and I'm gonna shoot it straight, because that's what a franchise does. 30 plus days ago, Buff Daddy Bagwell, you and I had one hell of a lot of contracts signed. We had a hell of a lot of obligations. And you, Buff Daddy Bagwell, decided that you wanted to play tough guy in the back. Got yourself in a little trouble, and you left the franchise hanging high and dry.
Well, that's fact, but I mean, he was suspended for 30 days. Nothing Bagwell could do about it.
Let me clarify a few things for you, my friend, partner. The franchise held up his end of the bargain. The only time, Buff, that you were on the top of the heap here in WCW is when you stood side by side with yours truly, the franchise, and these people know it.
I don't think that's true, guys. Come on, both of you have to agree with that.
Hey, Buff's done a lot on his own right, but the franchise made him recently, that's
now,
for
Buff,
sure.
What? Made him?
As of Monday night, like a lot of other people here in WCW, you'll now know why, just like these people know the meaning of the saying, you just got your ass franchised. The fact of the matter is this. You people can say a lot of...
Here he comes! Buff Bagwell runs over the franchise! It looks like the franchise has just gotten himself franchised. Wait a minute, Chris Candido comes in, and Bam Bam Bigelow comes in. Bigelow, Candido helping out the franchise here.
Coming to the assistance of the franchise, Shane Douglas, and, well, they had an alliance in another promotion.
That's right, that's right. They used to be known as the Triple Threat. And they look pretty threatening to Buff Daddy right now, don't they?
Well, it's 3-on-1, of course they do.
Hold the phone, here comes Chronic back out. They are not done with Candido and Bigelow. franchise going in on the one side. Chronic Candido, Bam Bam on the other.
Continuation of the brawl that we saw at the start of the program, plus add in the franchise and bump. Whoa!
Franchise and bump cleared the ring now.
Well, you knew Chronic wasn't done with Bam Bam and Candido by a long shot. They saw their chance, they went for it. The triple threat may be back.
We are looking outside and arriving to the Norfolk Scope.
Hey, Rick, when we're done beating everybody up tonight, let's go to the local bar and order up a bunch of cocktails. We'll have fun doing it.
Sounds good to me, Tank.
Yeah, look at that fat goon.
Wait a second. How did that happen?
That's a magic videotape, pretty boys. That was shot 2 hours ago.
Where are we? Huh?
Hey, man, calm down, man. Listen, I'm sorry.
You bailed on me.
Hey, okay, wait, I'm trying to have something to do, man. You made me commissioner.
That's right.
I should be more responsible.
That's right. This Kevin Nash is gonna
Don't
kill
worry,
me, Dad.
I'm gonna stick
Where
with
are
you.
they?
I'll never leave your side. You hear me? We got people coming. Don't worry about that.
When are they
Here
coming?
they are right here,
Oh,
man.
thank God.
Goldberg and everything right here.
Oh, go.
Goldberg and everything right here.
Finally, I guess Goldberg and Bischoff have pulled up.
Dad,
That can't be. Who? Where'd he go?
where you going?
Uh-oh.
Huh?
Look at that! The sight of Big Papa Pump has completely thrown Russo in a tizzy. He has run out of town.
He was jumping cars like Robbie Knievel there. And here, oh, I love this. Look at that wig. Look at that man. Look at Chris Kanyon. And look at what happened Monday night on Nitro.
Big Papa Pump had positively Canyon in the Steiner recliner. Looked like he had him put away until the career killer, Mike Awesome, hit the ring, and then the double team on Big Papa Pump.
Takes a lot of gall, a lot of courage to not only do what Canyon has done to DDP, but to come out here and try to pretend he is DDP. And I guess that's not really accurate. Try to, I guess, shove it in the face of a man who walked out on the sport, on sports entertainment on Monday night.
God!
The imitation is uncanny.
Bro, I'm feeling real positive tonight.
Are you sure that's not Paige?
So positive, I'm willing to team up with the guy that tried to kill me.
He's the career killer.
Bottom line is, I'm gonna be signing my new book, Positively Canyon, this Friday in Paducah, Kentucky, with my co-author, Mark Smokey Madden.
You gotta be kidding.
Hey, I laughed, I
Smokey
cried, he gave me
Robinson.
$1,500.
And of course, Smokey the Bear.
Well, I guess my day's planned for Paducah.
Then, on Monday, I'm gonna be on Craig Kilborn with my good buddy, my friend, my pal, the hit, the current, John Bon Jovi.
He is dead on. He is Paige.
So, tune in. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bang.
This is the ultimate insult. Here is a man who's...
All right, just shut your mouths and let me talk right now.
Paige stood vigil beside his hospital bed.
Obviously, the awesome one and Positively Canyon wouldn't be out here if we wasn't ready to kick some Brody's ass right now.
That's positive
And
thinking.
Big Papa Pump. Well, I ain't got time with you right now, so I'll deal with you later. But we do need a warm-up. So if anybody in the back think they have Spaldings big enough, we'll just bring them on down, because we're ready to play.
Pretty big challenge called out. We've seen Chronic come out
Who's
2
gonna
times
come?
before.
Come on, anybody.
And we know we've got some very stiff tag teams in the back, but Winter's going to answer the call here.
No one wants to face the master of the Canyon Cutter, Positively Canyon.
Please, Mark, please give it a
off,
rest.
Matt.
That's Paducah, Kentucky. I think it's Friday.
Oh, now what about this?
Maybe you want to tell Tank about your book signing, up close and personal. You like that?
That's the problem with issuing open challenges. Madmen like Tank Abbott and Rick Steiner answer all too often.
Tank Abbott and Rick Steiner will answer anyone. They do not worry about any competition. And now, here's an impromptu challenge tag team match. Awesome and Positively Canyon against Tank Abbott and Rick Steiner. There's not going to be many textbook wrestling holds in this one, guys. You can better believe that. Into the safety rail.
This is going to be nothing but a tag team fight.
Look at this. Tank Abbott choking out Mike Awesome, at least attempting to momentarily. Double team Rick Steiner up top. Listen to the fans. Steiner way. Pulled down that time by Canyon. Positively Canyon pulls Steiner off the top rope.
This is going to be a tough one right here because I don't see any quitters among the four in this match. I see four of the toughest men in WCW. Even the guy in the blonde wing is pretty tough. Positively Canyon.
Nobody's denying how tough Canyon is, but I just wonder what the motivation. I mean, Diamond Dallas Page walked out Monday night. He said, you guys win, I quit. He walked away from his wife, he walked away from Bischoff, and he walked away from what I consider the ultimate insult. What they did to Dill. He hit him hard in the head and the wig stayed on. Let's hear it from Bobby Pins.
Steiner line from behind and down goes his own partner.
That was a little misdirection that time because he meant to nail Mike Awesome. That exchange.
This match has just been totally out of control, and finally the bell.
That's what happens with four guys who are totally out of control, like Awesome, Canyon, Steiner, and Abbott.
We've got more people hitting the ring. It's Chuck Palumbo and Sean Stasiak, the World Tag Team Champions. A little payback from what happened moments ago. Here comes Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner is coming in. Big Papa Pump! And he nails Mike Awesome.
Now hold it. He's helping his brother Rick, it looks like. Why would Scott Steiner do that?
I don't know, guys. Could this be payback for last Sunday at the Great American Bash when Rick Steiner seemingly took a bullet for brother Scott when he was on the receiving end of that chain that was wrapped around Tank Abbott's hand?
That might be the answer, although I'm not sure. A long look between the brothers now. The fans on their feet here in Norfolk. What are they going to do? Russo going to, still trying to get out of the building here. He's gone to a rental car. Oh, wait a second. Kevin Nash has Vince Russo. He's got his hands on Russo, and Russo is running for his life. Vince Russo without the shirt is gone.
Cat. Hi.
Wait a minute, that Mr. Commissioner to you.
Mr. Commissioner, it looks like you're having a big problem with Big Papa Pump. What do you intend on doing tonight?
Well, you look like you're having a big problem standing in that small shirt. What are you doing tonight?
Just answer the question.
You know, listen, Bob Papa Pump, I run this show. I'm the commissioner, okay? And Big Papa Pump don't want to work with me or work for me. I tell you what, tonight, I'm going to take care of you in that ring tonight. You hear me, chump? Now, how you like that?
Looks like we're going to see the Cat and Big Papa Pump in the ring tonight.
We're going to go take you back to what happened on Monday.
Correct. I'll take you up on that, Cat, now, dude.
Hey, one more thing.
You're going to need a special referee for that, aren't you?
You need to ring the bell, count to 10, and award me the match.
And here comes Hollywood. Now what's Kidman do here? He's always hated Hogan. Does he screw Hogan? Or does he screw Jarrett to get back at Bischoff for not watching his back?
Billy Kidman just tossed the metal chair to Hulk Hogan, and now Hogan is going to do a number on the World Champ.
Goldberg comes in.
Kidman is blocking the spear. spear. He is standing between the spear and Hogan.
Oh, he speared Kidman. He speared Hogan.
No!
Yeah! A jackhammer on a table. My God, a jackhammer on a table. It's very apparent that when Russo wants something done, the only thing he needs to do is bring Goldberg in.
The Iron Gun, the Thug Life, Goldberg.
Billy Kidman, I must admit it took a lot of guts for you to turn your back on Eric Bischoff and the New Blood, even if it meant getting mauled by Goldberg. But tonight, another story. A shot at the WCW World Heavyweight title and the chosen one, Jeff Jarrett.
Look, Gene, you need to understand one thing. Everybody, including yourself, thought that I was paranoid when I smelled the rat in Horace. But Eric told me to trust him, and I did. And look what happened. Now, as far as Monday night goes, doesn't mean that me and the Hogans are buddies now, because we probably never will be. But I didn't do it to help out Hulk. I did it to screw Eric. So I may not be with the New Blood anymore, but that's fine by me because it means no more Bischoff and no more of his crap. As far as tonight goes, Bischoff and Jarrett are going to learn one thing. This kid don't play.
Comments from Billy Kidman, and we saw what went down on Monday night. And Mike, we have an update on the condition of Hulk Hogan very briefly tomorrow. Tickets go on sale for the Live Thunder event on Wednesday, July 19th at the Breslin Center in East Lansing, Michigan. Tomorrow, G.I. Bro will be at the box office from 10 a.m. till noon. And Mike, now let's give a condition, an update on Hulk Hogan. That was a horrific sight. The bulk, the weight, the power of a Goldberg and a Hogan going through the table off of the jackhammer from Goldberg.
Tony, we have very few details at this point, but we can tell you that Hollywood Hogan suffered a spinal injury. He is currently hospitalized in an intensive care unit. Guys, we've seen a lot of people go through tables, but not two men with the size and the weight of Hogan and Goldberg. Then factor in the jackhammer and the incredible impact when he went through the table, and as a result, Hogan is hospitalized.
A lot of times when somebody goes through a table here in WCW, he's dropped through a table.
Right.
He's pushed through a table. Bill Goldberg picked Hogan up and jackhammered him through a table, body weight on top of body weight. God, I loved it. God help me, but I loved it so. Hogan in the hospital, Flair already retired. Maybe finally some of these dinosaurs are going to get out of the way.
It's very ironic as Billy Kidman comes to the ring for his WCW title shot that yesterday in the USA Today, in the life section, they talked about the biography special on Hulk Hogan. They asked him about retirement. He says, I'm not going to retire. We'll go on and on and on. Of course, after he won the match on Monday, and ironic that that aired Monday and then the article aired on Tuesday.
Well, of course, that interview was conducted before the match Monday on Nitro, and one thing that Hogan didn't consider was Goldberg using the jackhammer to put him through the table.
Very well said, Mike. And now, Billy Kidman, the man that everybody thought was paranoid, but the man who was right on target. And he talked about that his heat was now with Eric Bischoff. And Bischoff's never-ending attempt to keep Billy Kidman on his side, even though Billy Kidman knew that Horace would eventually turn on him.
World title match right here. Kidman certainly a worthy contender for this title or any other title, but Jeff Jarrett just got done beating Nash on Sunday. Hogan on Monday. Jarrett's on a roll, the chosen champ. Kidman, like I said, is great, but here he is, the chosen champ right in front of us. He's the one, and Kidman's great, but I don't know if he's a match for Jeff Jarrett.
He said, tights or no tights, I'm still the chosen one, and Jeff Jarrett is wrestling tonight with his street clothes on, his jeans and his boots, and he has come in and he is taking the measure here of one Billy Kidman.
His bags didn't get here.
His bags didn't get here.
Right, he's wrestling in street clothes. And a Slapnuts t-shirt, which I understand you can buy at arenas or at WCW.com. Little plug.
Very well done. And a drop kick attempt. That went awry that time from Billy Kidman, and now world champion Jeff Jarrett elevates Kidman up and over and all the way down to the floor.
What a catapult move by the world's heavyweight champion. And Jarrett just sent Kidman airborne, and he went crashing down onto the concrete.
What a slap in the face this would be to Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo in the New Blood. Hold on. You know what that means. The filthy animals are coming to the ring. Why are the filthy animals coming to the ring?
Well, Kidman used to be affiliated with them. I don't know if that still goes. Maybe
right.
they're here to help Kidman. Maybe, I don't know.
Don't come one step closer. I'll handle this boy on my own. I don't need your help. And you. Oh,
Whoa! Wait a minute. Could have a change for the guard. 1, 2, no. Filthy Animals in the midst of this match come out. 1, 2 on a short power bomb and a 2 count. And yes, Tigress has joined us at our broadcast location.
Boy, Rey Mysterio Jr. making sure that she was in good hands.
I think Tigress is in pretty good hands all the time. Tigress, let me ask you, does Rey jump around and move so fast all the time?
It's an interesting question, Mark, but we need to get the audio turned up on Tigress's headset.
World title match in progress. Jarrett against Kidman. I guess, I don't know why the Filthy Animals are out here still. That question has not yet been answered.
1, 2 on the other end. No, almost a 3 count.
Maybe Tigress can shed some light.
Well, you know, we're here to support our people. You know, Kidman's been down for a little while. So, you know, we're going to check him out and see what's going on.
A little moral support, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And to answer your question about my baby, let me tell you how he moves it. He knows how to move it slow.
1, 2.
Ooh.
I don't think we need to go there. I don't
What are you talking about, Tony?
I kind of like it.
I'm sure you do. Here come the Filthy Animals up, and they're helping out Billy Kidman.
Oh.
No, wait, hold on.
A little support for Kidman. What are you talking about?
Let me tell you something. The real reason why we out here is because Kidman abandoned us. You know what I'm saying? We were a posse. We were all together. And then he just had to go out and do his own thing. You know, that's messed up.
And that is 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Filthy Animals payback. That's what it amounts to, isn't it?
That's what I'm talking about.
It's Filthy Animals. It's New Blood payback is what it is for what Billy Kidman did on Monday when he threw Hogan the chair. And the Filthy Animals and Jeff Jarrett having their way. Hold on. Here he is again. He ripped the shirt off of Vince Russo.
Nash better stay away from my baby.
I don't think he wants to stay away from anybody's baby. Oh, a big boot to Jarrett's face. I think everybody is fair game for Kevin Nash right now.
You can't hit a former employee.
And he's got Jeff Jarrett. He's got Jeff Jarrett.
What's he doing to Jeff Jarrett? Is he strangling him with a piece of leather with a belt?
I don't know, but he's got him captive. He's taking Jeff Jarrett with him. He can't get his hands on Russo, but he's got the world champion instead. Welcome back to TBS and Thunder, and somewhere as Vince Russo runs for his life in the backstage area, cannot get away from the Norfolk Sculpt. Somewhere Kevin Nash has with him in captive the world champion Jeff Jarrett. This is going to play out here tonight, you know as well as I do.
Jarrett's a hostage.
Yeah, and Nash has really turned it up another level tonight. He's taking it personally after what went down Monday on Nitro, and you can't blame him.
Exactly right, Mike. If it wasn't personal before Monday, what happened on Nitro with Kevin's nephew made it personal. And speaking of personal, here's a guy that takes everything and everybody personally, the sickest of the sick, but I like it like that. Here's Vampiro, fresh off his barbecue at the Great American Bash.
The freak from the dark side.
What he did to Sting, setting Sting ablaze. The encore presentation available the remainder of the week. You gotta see for yourself, and he plummeted over 50 feet in the air on the stage.
It's been 3 days since I have taken the actor Steve Borden, better known to y'all as Sting, straight to hell and sent his career up in smoke. And I can still smell his flesh burning, and I can still hear his voice like a little bitch as he fell off the top of the Jumbotron. And every ounce of my subhuman frame feels no remorse about any of this.
Boy, I like Ian, but how can he glory in this?
All you people here have been brainwashed.
Brainwashed?
With the t-shirts, the posters. I hear you chanting his name, Sting.
Yeah, get well, Sting.
In a hurry.
Still in a burn unit.
What did Sting know about the dark side? Absolutely nothing. Put that poster down. Take that mask off. I said take that mask off.
What's he gonna do?
He snapped.
He's going towards some Sting fans here.
Look at this. He just pie-faced
Hold on
a
a
fan.
second.
This has gone too far.
The man is every bit what he was. He is uncontrollable. Ah! Wait a second. Look at his face. That's Asia.
And she just spit a red substance right in the face of Vampiro.
And look at the smile on Vampiro's face, and Asia has out of the entryway. We see the entrance of the Demon.
It takes a freak to take on a freak, and here comes the Demon, the God of Thunder, Huron Thunder. Vampiro covered that red liquid. Asia spit at him, but it didn't back Vampiro up a bit, and he's going right after the Demon.
Into the midsection, the Demon comes out, and a double underhook, and over the top goes Vampiro. Well, Asia, who's at ringside, and the Demon points right at her. And into the midsection goes Vampiro with that blowtorch. We know the Demon, well, the man who wrestles the Demon by the name of Dale Torborg. And Dale's fiance, the lady he is going to marry, is Asia. She was at ringside. She has jumped over the barricade. She has come to ringside here, right to the apron, and she's getting physically involved in this match. And she's on the back of Vampiro.
She has got to be crazy to go after the Dark Angel like that. I don't care if she's engaged to Dale Torborg or the Demon. I mean,
that's her fiance.
I mean,
you can
okay.
He's picked up Asia. He's picked her up. He's gonna put her in the nail in the coffin.
I don't believe it.
This man's a maniac.
She went in the ring. She went in the ring with the craziest psycho in wrestling, and that's going to happen when you do that. But now, the Demon, Dale Torborg, knocking Vamp out of the ring and following him, Tony.
And the Demon, dripping the red substance from his mouth, is now like a man possessed, like a dark angel of his own. He stood there, or he tried to get up, as his fiance was leveled by one of the most devastating moves in all of WCW. Oh, good counter move that time by the Demon. And that time into the safety rail goes Vampiro.
You can't see this on your monitors, but Asia has not moved a muscle since getting the nail in the coffin from Vampiro.
Vampiro's been put in a coffin, in the Demon's coffin.
And look at the Demon close the doors of that casket.
Vampiro stuck in the doors of the casket. The Demon, Dale Torborg. And Vampiro trying to get out. I guess, I don't know if he can get out or not. And the Demon.
He's got that torch. We saw this Monday on Nitro.
Ah! Breathing some fire right towards the casket that has caught Vampiro. And Vampiro cannot get out. Or can he? As the Demon checks on his fiancée, Asia, who is nodding, saying she is okay.
She's not okay. She might be nodding, but she took a full force nail in the coffin.
He's sick.
Here comes Daphne in her black wedding dress, looking all forlorn.
Do you blame her? We saw David Flair getting snoochie-boochie with Miss Hancock. At least that's what it looked like on the surveillance tape. I wonder what Daphne has to say.
David Flair's her fiance.
David
Flair, I can't believe that you've done this to me. You have broken my heart. We were supposed to get married. And then you had to go and betray me with that backstabbing bimbo. You know, you are so utterly pathetic. I mean, anybody can see that Miss Peacock is not your type. Miss Peacock is the type of hooch that wants to get her lanky toothpick legs broken by me.
Oh.
Get your ex-Hooter girl butt out here right now!
She said ex-Hooter girl like it was an insult.
How about this? How about the run of emotions? From being upset, from feeling sorry, from being angry, to being irate, to blaming David, to calling out Miss Hancock. The surveillance camera does not lie. There's something going on between David Flair and Miss Hancock.
This has really been a night of personal issues, hasn't it?
It really has, and let's, you know, say what you want to about Daphne. There's no question that Daphne is engaged to David Flair, and you can understand what she's feeling right now.
How could you do this? You knew that we were engaged.
Look, I'll tell everyone in here, and you, just call your fiance out of the back.
Whoa! She doesn't want to call her fiance out of the back. She is getting right into it with Miss Hancock.
I am beyond words. They're ripping off clothing. We're seeing more and more of Miss Hancock. Daphne's in a black wedding dress. There is something just so great about this. I can't even describe it.
Even ring announcer Dave Penzer got involved, and he went down. This is crazy.
This all started when Vince Russo let David Flair see the naked women in New York. David hasn't been the same since.
You just cannot keep Daphne off of Miss Hancock. We do need some control out here. Penzer trying to get in to control things, and now David Flair. And now David Flair has Daphne backed up to the corner.
He's screaming at her.
Look at, you know, I feel sorry for Daphne.
I do too, but boy, Hancock's legs are unbelievable.
I know, she's nutty, I know, but you can understand.
That's Crowbar.
Crowbar is coming. Crowbar, the long time close friend of David and Daphne. Oh. And as he walked to try to console Daphne, David with a low blow on his friend Crowbar.
Looks like Crowbar was just out here to be a peacemaker.
He's cut his father's hair. He's ended his father's career. He has beaten up his best friend, and he has run away from his fiancée.
I got a feeling it may well be ex-fiancé, Tony.
He's a no-good two-time, you know what? The Cat to face Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner, getting ready for that matchup. It's coming up next on Thunder. What about Russo?
You'll never think I'm stupid enough to go in here.
Oh, he's going to the Cat's commissioner's office.
Ah, Big Sexy. Outsmarting the boss, huh? You never think I'm stupid enough to hide in here. Yeah, give me Kevin Nash on the phone. I want to tell him what a big buck. Ah, shit!
Scotty! Back on Thunder along with Mike Tenay and Mark Madden. Yours truly, Tony Schiavone. Mark Madden sitting in this week for Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yes, Bobby's lovely wife, Cindy, not feeling well. Bobby at home taking care of her. Cindy Heenan, get well real soon. Bobby, we hope to see you back at work real soon. Best wishes to the entire Heenan family.
Very well said, Mark Madden. As Big Papa Pump comes to the ring for his match against the Cat. A reminder, this coming Friday, June 16th, tickets go on sale for Bash at the Beach. On Sunday, July 9th, the home of Bash at the Beach this year, the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, Florida. You can meet Sid Vicious at the box office this Friday when tickets go on sale beginning at 10 a.m. Also, this Friday, tickets go on sale for our upcoming Tuesday Nitro at the Palace of Auburn Hills on Tuesday, July 18th, the very Tuesday night, special Tuesday night edition of Nitro. You can meet G.I. Bro at the Harmony House in Lake Orion 4 p.m. this coming Friday when tickets go on sale for a Tuesday night show coming up in the Palace of Auburn Hills.
And Tony, I'm now receiving word that as a result of what just went down in that last segment, that Crowbar is demanding a match with David Flair tonight here on Thunder.
Wow, what else can we see here?
On Monday Night Nitro, Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo, you sent down Mike Awesome to interfere in my match because you're running WCW and you think you're in control. Well, in case you haven't noticed, I don't follow the rules too well. I don't give a damn about authority, and the only people that control me are my freaks nationwide.
He's a loose cannon.
That's putting it mildly.
Now, Ernest the Cat, tonight you may think you're the commissioner, but in reality, all you're doing is taking an ass kicking that belongs to Bischoff and Russo. So get your ass down here, Cat.
What could the Cat be thinking here? Fixing up a match for himself with Big Papa Pump. A very angry Big Papa Pump, angrier than I've ever seen him in the freak shirt black leather, but I guess that's irrelevant, Mike.
And how about Vince Russo? What could Vince Russo be thinking? Because Kevin Nash is staying one step ahead of him. Everywhere he turns, Nash is there.
And Jeff Jarrett, well, he was Kevin Nash's hostage, but I didn't see him with Nash when Nash snuck up on Russo in the commissioner's office. Where is Jeff Jarrett?
You think Big Papa Pump, here's another issue. You think Big Papa Pump wants to get at the Cat? Remember what happened? We've seen it already, the footage on Monday when the Big Papa Pump was handcuffed by police being led away. The Cat got the cheap shot in on Big Papa Pump. So you know Big Papa Pump wants to get in the ring, wants to dismantle the Cat as much as anything.
The Cat is a three-time karate champion, as I believe he's, well, maybe that won't help right now.
That and $1.50 will get you a cup of coffee at Starbucks. And then top of the head. Oh, on the chest. And a big bill. I want to tell you, he may be a loose cannon, and he may be uncontrollable, and he may say things on this program that we don't, as announcers, always hear. But when the bell sounds, I want to tell you, this is the one guy you want to have in your corner, and the last guy you want to make angry.
Yeah, nobody takes on his opponents with more ferocity than Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, and the Cat is backpedaling.
Wouldn't you backpedal? He shouldn't even come out.
Hey, to sum it up in one sentence, Big Papa Pump. Here comes the Cat. What's he doing?
It was a head-first slide that came up about a foot short.
He was going to attack him from behind, and the Cat may not have any more lives left after this one. Little misdirection play, getting a back turn and a massive Steiner line, followed by an elbow drop.
I was going to say a moment ago, Steiner may be the most dangerous man in sports entertainment, but what about the monster Goldberg? And what about Kevin Nash, the way he's wound up right now? But that's neither here nor there at the moment, because the Cat has to cope with Big Papa Pump.
We have not seen the arrival of Goldberg nor Bischoff, and that's what Russo has been crying for. Wait a minute, R&B security tripping up Big Papa Pump. He turned, and he got his jaw kicked off that time. A standing sidekick, 1, 2, no, and a kick out.
First offensive move of the match from the Cat, thanks to the interference on the outside from R&B security.
With the karate experts, all it takes sometimes is one big offensive move.
That's right.
There's a stiff karate blow by the Cat, and now he's going to dance. No, the dancing elbow. What an innovative move by the Cat.
The Cat has never lacked for self-confidence, has never lacked to be boastful. He pushes Charles Robinson back to the corner. He better stay on his opponent because there's a lot of intestinal fortitude in Big Papa Pump. Look at this. He's got him hooked. Oh, that's the only thing the Cat could have done. There'd have been no way the Cat would have been able to separate those massive arms of Big Papa Pump. And it comes. 1, 2, and Big Papa Pump kicks away.
Did you see that split into a karate thrust? That was like James Brown meets Bruce Lee.
On the outside, no man's land for Scott Steiner. 6 men stomping away at Big Papa Pump. And as ferocious as he is, as you said, Mike, even with R&B security, many of these members of R&B security are young men who have been in the power plant, young men who are trying to make their way up and press the Bostons to one day become top stars in our sports entertainment world.
And now they're holding Big Papa Pump. The Cat connects with the standing sidekick. And look at Steiner just shrugged them off.
Two-man, three-man. Shakira has come in the ring to get the attention of the Cat.
That's Medeja up in the corner.
Medeja on the other side. She comes over a cross body. The Freaks can go. And down goes the Cat.
The Freaks can go. Yeah.
Well, they can. Showing a lot of athletic ability that time over the top.
I never saw a luchador with breast implants before.
Please, Mark Madden. A pickup. Belly to belly on the Cat. The Cat's done. That's what Big Papa Pump says he's done. And who's to argue with it? Could be Steiner Recliner. That's what it is. It's over. He hooks the Cat, and the Cat says, oh yeah, ring the bell. He may be the commissioner. He may hold a lot of power, a lot of stroke in the new blood, but it's like Big Papa Pump says, you know what I think about authority, and he showed us tonight on Thunder.
That match had everything. The Freaks got physical, R&B security got bounced around, but it ends like it usually ends when Big Papa Pump's involved, with a Steiner Recliner and a submission. There's your winner, the greatest man alive, Big Papa Pump.
Big Papa Pump dominates here tonight. A big smile for Medeja.
She was awesome.
She was awesome. And there's Shakira holding up the United States Heavyweight Championship belt. Well,
she's always awesome.
It has been the hunt tonight for Kevin Nash, hunting everywhere for Vince Russo. He's found him back in the commissioner's office. He's chasing him out of rental cars. Big Papa Pump chased him away from a limousine. The Cat's got the stick. And
where's Jarrett, by the way? That's the one thing that I can't piece together. He was Nash's hostage. Then Nash was in the commissioner's office stalking Russo.
Wait a damn minute! Wait! That's a legal chokehold, man!
What?
He choked me!
It's a Steiner Recliner!
That's a legal chokehold! And since I'm the commissioner, I'm gonna disqualify you for using that chokehold on the commissioner. I got all the power in the world, and if you ever use it again, I'm gonna get your ass out of here right along with that hole. It's banned permanently.
What?
Yeah, I'm the winner.
Can he do
I
that?
declare myself the winner. Get over here.
He's taking away Big Papa Pump's finishing move, the Steiner Recliner, before he collapsed.
Yeah, there's your winner. He certainly doesn't look like a winner. I like the Cat, but Scott Steiner nearly pulled his head off with that Steiner Recliner.
And he's banned the Steiner Recliner from the wars of sports entertainment. He's going to dance a little bit for us. The winner, still with back pains.
I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with you, boy. I'm gonna go ahead and call a buddy of mine down in Florida. Maybe he'll know what to do with Russo. Scott. Yeah, Kev. Right. Really? No, I know, yeah, I gotta talk about, hold on, I got a question to ask you. I got Jarrett, and I'm wondering what I should do with him. I want Russo, but I got him. Yeah, I got him right in front of me, he's tied up. Right. Hey, bro, that's a felony in all 50 states. I can't shoot the piece of shit. Right. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Thanks, buddy. He's a twisted soul, man. Well, Jeff? You want Russo? I want you.
David Flair, after what we saw earlier on between you and Miss Hancock, your friend Crowbar has demanded a match with you here tonight. By the way, what's going on between you and Hancock? Aren't you engaged to Daphne?
Gene, that's none of your business, and that's none of Crowbar's either. I'm my own man now. I retired the, woo, nature boy. So if he wants to act like the nature boy, then he can look like the nature boy too. Because tonight, Crowbar, it's on your head. So you know what?
Hey.
Prepare to get shaved.
Get away from me.
He has said he's going to shave Crowbar, much the way 2 nights ago he shaved his father's head, his young brother Reed's head, and ended the career of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Reminder, this Saturday, the 17th of June, tickets go on sale for the Monday Nitro. On Monday, July 10th in Jacksonville, Florida, at the Coliseum. Sid Vicious will be at the Coliseum box office at 10 a.m. Tickets go on sale this Saturday, and also tickets go on sale for the Tuesday taping of Thunder on Tuesday, July 11th at the North Charleston Coliseum in Charleston, South Carolina. Get your tickets to the box office when they go on sale this Saturday.
Crowbar does not look as glib as he usually does. He's usually happy, Psycho Mike. He looks a lot more grim, a lot more determined, maybe even more crazy.
Yeah, checking the look on the face of Crowbar, who was just out here earlier as a peacemaker in this crazy situation involving David Flair, his fiancée Daphne, and Miss Hancock. And look at this, he's bringing the tools of the trade with him to the ring.
Crowbar did the right thing with a baseball slide drop kick to try to jumpstart this. Crowbar very, very angry, and understandably so, because he has been a close friend of both Daphne and David Flair. One would think he would have been the best man at the wedding. I mean, obviously, the father wouldn't have been the best man at David Flair's wedding.
He'd have been the bald guy.
Oh, please. You know, I can understand family feuds and bad blood with family members, but to go to the extent of what David Flair did, to extinguish the career along with Vince Russo of his father Ric Flair, is beyond comprehension. What type of maniac son would do that to his own flesh and blood?
Tell you what else was beyond comprehension was how badly beaten Jeff Jarrett was. Totally immobilized, handcuffed, well not handcuffed, but his hands bound by plastic, some kind of plastic strip. How beaten was he? I mean, Nash has been beating him steadily, it looks like, ever since he took Jarrett hostage.
Yeah, and any guesses as to who Kevin Nash was talking to on the phone?
Yeah, I think I know. Hey, yo.
Yeah, when he said Scott, obviously, we all think, all of us here at the announce table thought for sure that was Scott Hall he was talking to. But, of course, we do not know for sure. But I want to go back to this once again. What type of... I mean, we are finding a man who is two-timing his own fiancée, who ended his father's career. I mean, David Flair has become the dirtbag of all dirtbags, guys.
Oh, please, that's very personally insulting.
What do you mean? Right in front of our very eyes, it's exactly what he's become, Madden.
Wonder how he treats his mom.
Have you taken a good look at Miss Hancock? Wouldn't you kick Daphne to the curb for Miss Hancock? Daphne's lovely in her own right, to be sure, but Miss Hancock, come on, Tony, you would. Oh.
Please don't go there. There's a cover, 1-2.
I think you would. Anyway, let's call the match.
Okay, let's call the match.
It was a great slingshot move that time by Crowbar, crashing down to David Flair, and now the battle continues outside on the floor.
You can understand the anger of one Crowbar, and you can understand exactly the lengths that Kevin Nash has gone through tonight to chase Russo. And the last thing he said, I mean, Jeff Jarrett said, "You want Russo, not me." And he said, "No, I want you." So something's up. Some idea now that Scott Hall and Kevin Nash on the telephone have gone through as it relates to Jeff Jarrett. What is it? Maybe we'll find out here tonight on Thunder.
A lot of people are going to regret the day that Kevin Nash got beaten senseless and humiliated in front of his nephew. I can tell you, Jarrett Russo already regretted it. Oh, a rope pull! David Flair seated, now he's prone. What a big high-risk move by Crowbar, who hurt himself there too, Mike.
Absolutely. When he crashed into David Flair, you can see that Crowbar's holding his chest.
Bent the back of the chair over. But where is Goldberg in all of this night? Where is Bischoff? They are late. They have not arrived yet to the building. That has been the sense of panic within the camp of the New Blood with Vince Russo. And it's proved to be a very, very long night for one Vince Russo here on Thunder. Meanwhile, out here in the arena, it's been all Crowbar on David Flair.
Yeah, certainly a newfound intensity on the part of Crowbar. No goofing around at all in this match.
No goofing around.
You know, I wonder, to the lengths, the anger that's been exhibited by Crowbar, I wonder what's going through his mind. I wonder if maybe that he likes Daphne an awful lot too. I don't know. I mean, he's really taking this very personally.
Well, they're like brother and sister, Daphne and Crowbar.
Maybe that's what it is.
You know what I think went through Crowbar's mind at one time?
1, 2, no. What?
A scalpel when he got the lobotomy.
Oh, please. You cannot function, you cannot execute moves and take this type of pain with a lobotomy.
Well, I'm no doctor after all.
You're not kidding, you're not. Double underhook, David Flair with a chop. Crowbar sent down, and David Flair with a good move. As you look on, there's the shears, there's the Statue of Liberty, and there's a lock of Ric Flair's hair. That is a sick memento right there, is what that is.
And there's the strut of his father, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, as well.
You know, one thing we need to bring out, and we talked about this on Monday, and I know you'll agree, Mike, that through all of this, as sick as this has become, as sick of his man, and obviously tonight proving how big of a dirtbag David Flair has become, the fact is that he performed quite well on Sunday night in his effort to retire his father, and then also performed quite well Monday night helping Vince Russo retire his father.
No question about the vast improvement in ring of David Flair, just like that suplex. Hook of the leg and
no share.
David Flair's improved a lot since he got a real father in Mr. Russo instead of just a biological father. His old dad kept him down. His new dad encourages him. Look at those chops. David Flair might turn into Ric Flair before our very eyes.
You're trying to tell me Vince Russo could have taught more about ring savvy to David Flair than a Ric Flair? Who are you trying to fool, Mark? Up.
You're brainwashed as well, Madden.
And the other way, and a good move. A front suplex that time, executed perfectly by Crowbar.
I'm not saying Mr. Russo taught David more about wrestling, but he let David get out from under a shadow. He let David be David.
1, 2, David kicks away. Well, if this is what David is, then yes, you're right. He has let David become David. Ever since he has found Vince Russo, David Flair has lost his family, has lost his father, has two-timed his fiancée. If this is what David Flair wants to be, then so be it. And obviously Crowbar is showing David Flair that he wants nothing to do with him as a friend. As a matter of fact, he's an enemy. Maybe the torn t-shirt Beal coming here.
Open hand chop to the chest, and that's exactly what it is.
The torn t-shirt Beal. Who pioneered that move?
Crowbar did. Here on the 14th of June in the year 2000. Up top, fireman's carry. Good takeover, drives him down. Boy, for as odd as he is, Crowbar is fundamentally sound.
He's a great wrestler, Nice depth valley driver by Crowbar. What's he gonna do now?
Slingshot into that leg drop.
Could be all for David Flair. 1, 2, no set. Look at the face of Crowbar. Look at the bent-up anger that Crowbar has here.
He's focused, no doubt about that.
David Flair begging off. He's telling Crowbar, I've had enough. But he also promised Crowbar that the hair cutting was not done. He did that with Gene Okerlund moments ago. And as he does the Ric Flair strut as best he can, Crowbar gets back to his feet and comes to the apron.
Plenty of life left in Crowbar. Shoulder block from the ring apron, rocks David Flair.
Crowbar trying to sunset flip, missed. David Flair's got the Statue of Liberty, and that's it. Macho, 1, 2, 3. It's all she wrote. Too close to the corner. The use of the Statue of Liberty, the relaxed rules, the referee let it stand, and he's got the clippers. He's got the shears.
Oh, not this again!
Boy, the right David Flair and Mr. Russo. Oh!
Definitely.
Oh, no.
That's his fiancée that he just knocked down.
That is wrong. I got to admit that's wrong.
That is poor Daphne.
On the bright side, I guess she's available. Maybe she needs to ride back to the hotel.
And now he's shaving the head of Crowbar. And Miss, what can she add to this party?
Oh, please, she adds a lot to any situation.
Look at her.
I am.
She's teasing David.
She's teasing all of us.
She's coaxing David to the back.
And he's following.
Like a little Cocker Spaniel.
Arf, arf.
The man is sick. We are looking in the backstage area as Kevin Nash, with Jeff Jarrett, world champion, his hostage, walking towards the go position. That's the last stop before they walk out here in the arena. And Kevin Nash said he had an idea, and we're going to find out in just a minute what that idea is. And my question is, where's Vince Russo?
My question is, what has Kevin Nash done to Jeff Jarrett? It looks like he's been brutalizing Jarrett non-stop ever since he took Jarrett hostage, what, about 40 minutes ago?
A beaten and a bruised chosen when Jeff Jarrett,
the world champion,
being led to the ring by big Kevin Nash. You see that Jarrett's hands are handcuffed and Nash has got the baseball bat and Jarrett is just cowering. He looks like he's scared to death.
You can understand the lengths that Nash has gone through tonight. Put yourself in the place of Kevin Nash. Suffer the humiliation, the beating, the pummeling at the hands of Goldberg. With your young, innocent nephew, 8 years old, watching on.
And because it's so personal, Nash has become violent and vicious.
More violent and vicious than ever.
And a little bit demented. Look at him. He's dropped off the edge.
Russo! You know, Russo, on Monday night, you put a vision, you scarred a vision into my little nephew's brain. He watched his uncle bleed before his eyes. When I was a young man, my older brother took me to see the movie Deliverance. And there was a scene in that movie, Vince Russo, that scarred my mind. Is it just me? Or does Double J got a
pretty mouth?
Come on, boy. You ain't from here now, are you, boy? Come on, boy. How about we strip you down to your underwear, boy?
Kev's serious. I've seen him do this before.
I'm not going to go there, but I believe you.
Russo, if you don't show your I'm powerbombing the chosen one straight to hell.
Is he going to save Jarrett?
Save him. He's going to take him completely out. Getting ready to powerbomb Jeff Jarrett, and now Russo's music rings out here in the Norfolk Scope Coliseum.
Russo just bailed out Jarrett.
This is the man he's wanted all night.
Give Mr. Russo credit. He showed up when Jeff Jarrett was in danger.
That's enough. You want me? I'm standing right here.
Why is it enough, Russo? Turning you on a little bit?
I got something in my pocket you might be interested in. This right here, Kevin, is the contract of one Scott Hall. Your buddy, Kevin, the other outsider. And you know what? For the past 4 years, you've done everything to protect Scott Hall. And so has Eric Bischoff to some extent. But you know what? Bischoff ain't here tonight. And you know what else, Kevin? Not only do I hate you, I hate Scott Hall even more. I hated him up there, and I hate him more down here.
Down where?
So what I'm saying is this, Nash. Unless you back off of Jarrett and leave that ring right now, you could say goodbye to the bad guy's contract. Yeah! I told you he would come! I told you he would be here!
That's Goldberg's music. He has threatened to tear up the contract of his best friend, Scott Hall.
Look of concern on the face of Kevin Nash.
That threat by Mr. Russo probably saved Jeff
Jarrett. Oh, he's coming, Kevin! He's coming, Kevin!
Kevin grabbing the world championship. Jarrett, he's gonna wipe him out.
I wouldn't do it, Kev! I wouldn't do it.
He holds the contract in the balance. Watch out! Watch out from behind! Watch out from behind! Oh. Goldberg has come in.
He came through the crowd.
From behind, sneaking in like a thief in the night.
The man who signed the deal with the devil just attacked Nash from behind.
And now's the devil's hitman. Look at that, he just ripped off. With raw brute power, ripped off those cuffs. He's unstoppable. He's a monster.
He's a monster controlled by Bischoff and Russo, which means Bischoff and Russo control WCW. Now Jarrett getting a little something back. Beating Kevin Nash senseless with that bat.
This is unmerciful. Russo over the fallen form. And we're out of time. What's he going to do? The cut?